Welcome to ArmanisMath. Today we're going to focus on how to add and subtract and multiply polynomials. How to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. Here's a warm-up for the day. I'm going to probably put about 4 minutes here. 4 minutes should suffice for all these. I need all of you to try this. I'm expecting to see your whiteboards. The warm-up reads, given 2x minus 3x squared plus 4, put this in a standard form, and number 2 is to find the degree of this polynomial. Number 3, 4, and 5, it depends on what they're asking. The first one is asking, number 3 is asking for you to add, number 4 is to subtract, and number 5 is to multiply. And I'm going to put 4 minutes here. Do not wait for your friend to give the answer. I need to see whiteboards, and that's why we're using whiteboards. I already see a couple of you already here ready for your whiteboard. I need to see more whiteboards. I see that Kennedy and Devon, I see that here in the chat. Kiera. Use whiteboards, you guys. Earlier today I was able to pinpoint few trends and I was able to address them because I looked at whiteboards. So chat is a little bit limited in that way. Brianna, yep, I see that. Yep, looks good, Kennedy. Donovan and Kiera. I see that, Kiera. And Ryan, it's really kind of hard to see for a pencil for that size. Yeah, okay, if you have a marker or something. I need to see more whiteboards, you guys. Actually do it I'm gonna open this up actually for everybody else as well, just in case of All right, almost half a minute here. Are you multiplying? Kennedy? Ryan? Looks good. Yep. Okay, timer's up. Let's see how far we're here. So I've got few answers from you guys. Let me see. I've got standard form would be starting from the highest degree first, and the highest degree would be 2 in this case. And remember, you have a negative here. Don't forget that negative. And plus 2x plus 4. If that's not what you got, you could ask questions. As I said, whiteboards tells me a lot when I see them. So what's the degree for this thing? Well, we'll kind of give it away by saying the one at the top, the degree is 2. The highest exponent is 2. And to add and subtract, I've seen a lot of good answers. You guys doing a good job here. This is these are like terms. They look alike. 2 of something plus 5 of the same thing. Well, this is 7 of that something. 2x plus 5x is 7x's. The second item here, which says subtract, I've got negative 3x squared minus 4x squared. Remember, for adding and subtracting, you have to have like terms. You need like terms. So because these are the same, so for example, if this is not clear for you, if number 4 is not clear for you, here's an example. Negative 3 minus 4. How much would that be? Help me in the chat, please. You're going to have to participate a lot today. Help me in the chat. What is negative 3 minus 4? Exactly, negative 7. So if I said negative 3 of something minus 4 of the same thing, you will get negative 7 of that same thing. Remember, here you have to have like terms for adding and subtracting. Multiplying is a little bit different. When you multiply, in this case, we've got 2 things that you have to distribute to. Is the first one, and the second one goes like that. So let me see if I see Kiara's answer here. It's negative 10x, and then I've got 2 times x times x, which is 2x squared. It's good. It's correct. It's kind of not in a standard form correctly. This is not in standard form. Can somebody help me put this in the standard form? I should see multiple, and that's exactly what I'm seeing. Multiple users are typing or using the whiteboard. Standard form, you start from the highest ranking officer. Here we go. That's the standard form for the first one. You gotta be honest with me. I'm Frank. If you need any help with these, you gotta say something now, because I could take my time now in developing this, so you guys can be on the same page. Okay, Joseph. I guess if he can't, I have to write something down. If he said he cannot, so let me put this. Okay, Joseph. Okay. No questions thus far. By the way, remember, you could also use the whiteboard. Nobody's gonna see that except me, so there's no reason to be shy to start with. But if you are, use your whiteboard. Here's the objective for the day. I will be able to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. I'll be able to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. I need all of us to participate. Give me one word from the objective. Give me a word from the objective. Add, polynomial. Subtract, polynomial. Earlier today, that was funny. Somebody put something down. Can you guys guess what that person put from this slide? It was really funny. It wasn't I, but I is interesting. B, no, it was something else. Something else. One person actually put 3.2. 3.2. That made all of us laugh. Okay. I guess sometimes paying attention to details. When are we ever gonna use this in real life? Well, here's a real life application. This is me on the roller coaster. No, this is not me. Well, I do ride roller coasters, but this is not me, okay? It might be you somewhere. So this one says roller coaster designers use polynomials to describe the curves of the rides. So actually these things are used in real life for something like that. If you find another life example, you could Google it, you could share it with us here, or also in the comments when you watch the videos afterward. Okay, adding, subtracting polynomials. In order to add and subtract polynomials, you have to have like terms where both the variables, that's the x or the y, and corresponding exponents must be identical. So if you're talking about x squares, you have to add it to x squares. If you're talking about xy, you've got to add it or subtract it from xy, etc., etc. So let's take an example here. I have the first one, and it says adding polynomials. So I'm going to add these two polynomials. I've got 3x minus 4, and if you distribute the positive, it doesn't actually do anything, doesn't change anything. So plus 5x minus 3. The positive does not, but be aware if this is a negative and you're distributing the negative, it will change the sign. Positive does not. And then I would come here and then look for these like terms, right? So I've got 3x's and 5x's, they look the same. And if you maybe happen to have only one writing utensils, like one pencil or something, you could use dashed line, or maybe a line like that I have here. So 3x plus 5x, I'm going slow purposefully, okay? I know I could do this mentally, but just for you guys, -4. So these two I could combine, which is 8x. And then these two I could combine, which is -7. 8x minus 7. Did anybody get a different answer? Did anybody get a different answer? Okay, good. Let's move on to one that we can do. Okay, let's do this together. Okay, I need somebody to help me out, so get your mics up and your whiteboards ready. Let me see here. First of all, let me ask, who would like to help me with this? Remember, in this class, we share thoughts. Does not have to be correct answers. Okay, go ahead, Kennedy. You could type it. Combine the 2 and the 3. Okay, so basically she most likely distributed the 5 and also the -3x. She said combine these two, and that's going to give us only -x. And then how about the -4 and +5? Ryan, how much do you think would that give you? -4 plus 5. -4 and +5. Yep, I see that. Thank you. That's a +1. So -4 plus 5 is +1. And that should be the answer. Does anybody get a different answer here? Does anybody have a question before we move on? Any question on this? I need more than one person to say. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Let's do this one. A little bit spicy, but we could do it. Okay, just a little bit spicy. So I love spices, hot spices. Here we go. So I'm going to distribute this. Again, it's positive. It's not really going to make a big difference, but still, you're going to have to distribute that. 3x squared plus 5xy plus 4 plus 2x squared minus 3xy plus 6. Whew, that's a long one. And can somebody tell me what should I combine? What can we combine here? Because in adding and subtracting, we deal with like terms. What can we combine here? Okay, keep going, Juliana. You started right, but then don't stop. The rest of us need to participate. Emmanuel, Alexia, Annabella, Andrea. Brianna, Devon, Juliana. Okay, Devon says 5 and 3, 5 this one and 3 of that. I like that. And did anybody capture the squares here? Yurishi captured the squares. That's good. So the squares are going to combine as well. And you guys also told me about the squiggly 4 and 6. So 3 and negative 3 and basically I'm doing these here. That's a 5 x squared. And then these here. 5 xy minus 3xy. 5xy minus 3xy. How much do you get? 2xy's. And finally the numbers, the constant by themselves, which is 4 and 6, that is a 10. Okay? Now we're going to do one on your own, okay? I trust you guys could do it. A few seconds, so just in case if you're writing this. So what we did is distributed the positive. The positive does not really change the sign, but you still have to distribute it. So you can drop these parentheses and then combine these guys where they have like terms. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you a few, I'll probably give you a minute for this one. So let's focus. I'll give you a minute for this guy here. Not sure a guy or a gal, but get a minute for this problem. Here we go. Ryan and Kennedy. Focus, you guys. Here we go. Kiera and Donovan. Don't wait for your friends to give you the answer. You work it. You make problem. You make mistakes. That's okay. Don't wait for people. Here we go. It's a good idea, by the way, to have a habit of having a timer next to you. It's just a good practice, particularly when it comes to testing and future testing stuff. So, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to have to distribute this here. And if I do that, minus 3y minus 6xy plus x squared plus 3y plus 7, and all of a sudden I'm looking at these guys that look alike here, and the y's look alike, and then I've got this lonely guy here by himself, and that's the only lonely gal by herself here. So I've got 2x squared plus 3x squared. Let's check the how much would you get? 2x squared plus 3x squared. I'm waiting for some answers. How would you combine 2x squared plus 3x squared? I'm sorry, 2x squared plus I was reading something else. 2x squared plus x squared. How much would that be? I gave you the answer actually. That is 3x squared. My eyes was on something else and I was giving you the answer. And then how about this dude here? Negative 3y on the, I really highly advise that you have something on the side. Remember what I said about note taking? If you guys remember at the beginning of the year, you do stuff on the side here, on the peripheries. So this is where my notes will go. So I've got, in this case, I got 3y, and I've got plus 3y. How much do you think this would total to? That's, yeah, this is going to be 0. Like 3 minus 3 basically is what we're saying. So 3 of something minus 3 of the same thing, you will end up with 0. And that's why we have a 0. So this is like both of these are going to go bye-bye. This is going to leave in peace. And leaving us with this dude here, which has no partner, 6xy. That's fine. And then finally this guy down here, or gal, would be 7. That should be the answer. And I do see that also earlier in the chat. Awesome. Thumbs up if we're doing good. Thumbs up if you're doing good. Use the chat. Actually, we could do a quick poll as well. So let me give you yes or no. Yes if we're doing good. No, hey, I am lost. Yes, which means no, keep going, Armani, we're doing good, the pace is good, I'm getting this, and we're moving on. I still have not heard from 5 of you. If you're good, just give me a yes. If no, then put a no. I haven't heard from 4 of you. Please, let's not wait for an RSVP invitation. You don't need that. Just give me your opinion. Nicholas, Maddie, and Elijah, and Donovan. I'm waiting. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if you did public chat. Yup. Middle. All good. Yup. Okay. So I'm looking at. I'm getting 88% until now. 88%. We're moving on. So let's move on. If you still are kind of shaky, we're gonna have more examples. So be patient. We have more examples here, and if not, as I said, we have the independent practice afterwards, and also the office hours if you'd like to come and visit. Okay. So back to here. Now we're going to subtract. So let's do the first example in subtraction. I'm going to do subtraction. The only caveat, the only warning is going to be us concerned about this negative sign and how you distribute the negative sign. We know negative times positive is negative. You know negative times negative is positive. So basically, you got to have to distribute this negative to all of them. So this is 5 minus 2x minus 3 plus 3x. Because negative times positive is negative, negative times negative is positive. And can somebody tell me what can I combine here? What can I combine here? The 5 and a 3. 5 minus 3, that's 2. That's right. 5 minus 3, that's 2. And then what else? Got negative 2x and 3x. Let me put this one all just up till here, because you remember you have to have the sign with the number. So I've got basically you've got 3x minus 2x. That's what you got, which is just 1x plus 2. Okay. Anybody end up with a different answer? Got 3x's minus 2x's. That's why I only got 1x, and I've got the 5 minus 3, that's a 2. You usually do not put 1x because it's common to have x as just 1x. Anybody got a different answer? Talk to us. Okay, move on to the next one. I wanted you to do this one, so I'll give you about, let's say, also a minute. So here's a minute for this guy. Don't forget to distribute the negative. Focus. Okay, time is up. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay, that it looks very impressive. I see that we've got, we will have to distribute again. So this is 3x plus 2 plus 4 plus 3x. Do you see that? Plus 4. Negative times negative is positive. Negative times negative is also positive. And I see a lot of you have picked this up. So this is 6x. And 2 plus 4 is 6. If anybody got a different answer, talk to us. Say something. You've got multiple ways to do it. Comment on the live stream or chat, private, public, or also the whiteboard. Lindsay, if you could use the chat or the whiteboard, it's easier while recording for now. Okay. I'm waiting for Lindsay to see what's going on here. Okay, here we go. Another spicy one here for the negatives. Let's do that together. What do you think the first thing I'm going to do? What's the first thing I'm going to do here? That's right. Thank you, Rish. Distribute that negative. And all of them are going to get that. So 4x squared minus 3xy minus x squared plus 4xy minus 6. So when you do these, be very careful because just a slight mistake would mess up the problem. So you write it down, you make sure it's slow and taking your time on this. What do you think I'm going to combine now? Does anybody give me a suggestion? What should I combine? What can I combine? For adding and subtracting polynomials, we have to add and subtract like terms. Donovan said you could do the x's squares and the squares. So I've got 4x squared minus, that's the square here, minus x squared. Which is how much, by the way? That's 3 of them. Okay, and I've got squiggly line here and a squiggly line here. I've got negative. That's right, Rishi. And I see that, Kennedy. 3x. So basically, I've got, for this one, I got 3x squared. This one, I've got negative 3 plus 4. So basically, 4 minus 3, which is going to give you only 1 xy. You don't put the 1, you just put xy. And then that negative 6 is that. And Kathleen, you did a good job. Yep, I see that. Good job. Any question on this? How do you feel now, Kathleen? Is that better? Okay. All right. Let's try this one here. It's going to be the last one for subtraction. Then we're going to move on to one more thing, which is multiplying. So this one I'm going to give you a minute for. So go ahead and spend time on this guy. Please try it. Do not wait for your friend. Do not wait for me to give you the answer. You try it. You get it. You think about it, you make mistakes, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, stop this. Who just found this out? Yurishi. Oh my goodness. Yurishi, you are right. That was supposed to be a trick, by the way. I mean it. So let me change it. I'm going to spice it up a little bit, okay? That is actually the same problem. So let's get your attention here. So try it right now. Let's try it right now. So I've got 8 and 8. It was funny to see the same thing earlier today. That's interesting. So Ryan, what do you think I'm going to do, Ryan? For x squared so I did switch it up a little bit, so there's different numbers now. Okay, Donovan, I see that, and Kathleen. So this one, and then minus x squared plus 4xy minus the 8. And let's see if we can get some answers here. So this one and this one, I see that, 3x squared. And then the minus 8 with a plus 4. That's minus 4. X and y. And then all of a sudden I just have 8 by itself, minus 8. That's just a negative 8. Okay. Now I want to switch it up just a little bit and give you guys a chance to take a mental break. So we're going to go here and then give you this whiteboard to play with. So go ahead. You have ability to play with this whiteboard. Put your best emoji of the day. I've seen some awesome things earlier, some funny things. Be creative, be appropriate, have fun. I see that, Lindsay. Nicholas, see that, Kennedy. Olivia. Stick with the appropriate theme here, okay? Kathleen. Was that Kathleen or Olivia? Okay, here we go. I like the smiley face there. I like the hi, Lindsay. That's nice. I want to see like only 12 of you here. Come on. You guys. Oh, here we go. We got some Halloween theme here. Nicholas? Okay. Building friendship, I guess. Why are we taking this mental break? Well, because of what's coming up. What's coming up is going to be multiplying. So let's multiply polynomials. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So here we go. Multiplying polynomials. To multiply polynomials, we distribute and then group and combine like terms. Hint, use the box method. When you multiply, I went over this at the beginning of the year, I remember, and I presented 3 different methods for multiplying, one of which, if you guys remember, the FOIL, and we said FOIL fails if you give it 3 times 2, like 3 terms times 2 terms, or trinomials times binomial. It just freezes and says, oh, I don't know what you do. Oh, can you pick somebody else? So you say thank you FOIL, and then you move on to something else. That something else is obviously distribute or the box. Box is probably the best one that that I suggest. Doesn't have to be that, but you could if you have a different method. Just like this, if you'd like to distribute and you're going to keep track of things, you're more than welcome to use it. But I'm going to use the box. So you've got two items, multiply by two items. Does anybody recall what is the two items? What do we call the two items? Two terms? Under polynomial, what did we call two terms? Here we go, Olivia. That's it. It's called binomial, like a bicycle. Got two things. So here is what we got. So it does not matter which is the direction. You could put this one at the top or at the side, where it doesn't matter as long as you put that. So 5x, and make sure that you put the sign with the number, because that belongs to the number. This is a -6, and then this is also 2x plus 3, and the way we multiply is 5 times 5. Start with the numbers first, constants or coefficients. 5 times 2 is 10. X times x is x squared. -6 times, that's a -12, and then the x. 5 times 3, that's a 15, and then the x. And then finally you got -6 times +3. What is -6 times +3? That's right, -18. Now once you do a lot of these boxes, your eyes are able to see what can you combine within the box. You don't have to leave the box to do it, but once you get there, until we get there, we just have to write down. So for example, my eyes are able to pick here. I could do the 15x and the 12x, but it's okay. Until then, we just have to write the whole thing down. So 10x squared minus 12x plus 15x, which is probably is more safer for you to do until you get more confident on this. So these two I could combine. I've got 10x squared, and I've got negative, that's how much is that? -12x plus 15x. Got plus 3x's, and then minus 18. So I basically use the box method to multiply. I put one parenthesis at the top and another two terms on the left side, and I just start to multiply. Why don't you try this one here? So I'll give you probably a minute for this one. Get a minute for this one. Let's do, don't wait for your friends, as we said. Do not wait for anybody. You have to try this. Here we go. Right, timer's up. Let's check what we've got here. So we've got different responses in the chat, which is exactly, I like to see that, because that means we have to look at that carefully and see what went wrong. Okay, so I've got a couple people saying it's -9, other people saying it's 10. Let's take a look. So in this one here, I'm gonna 3x plus 2. Then I've got -4 minus 3x. Be careful with the signs. Make sure that you take them. So that's a -12x. This is a -8. And this guy is a -9x squared, because I've got 3 times -3, that's -9. X times x is x squared. I've got 3 times, that's a negative 6x. Okay, so again, my eyes are looking at these two guys. I could combine them here, but I am not going to do it. I'm just going to list them and then combine them. So I'm going to say negative 9x squared. By the way, when you take them from the box to list them here, it's easier to go also in a standard form, just to save you some time. So I've got negative 9x squared minus, I've got 12 minus the 6, that's 18x minus 8. And we've got Kathleen got it, and Donovan got it. And a question here, if you put negative x on top of the negative 4, would that make a difference? If you put negative, no, it would not. No, it would not. Question for Johnny says, can I switch these? That question is, the answer should be, nope, it shouldn't matter. Because remember, if you're multiplying, it does not matter. You could try it, by the way. You could try it and definitely let us know. But it shouldn't matter. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this, Armani? I thought we're doing just whoa, 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 whoa. Well, what would you do if you have 3 items like this? So this is a binomial times another binomial times another binomial. There's 3 of them. Well, you really have to make a choice. Well, we can't do all 3 of them at the same time. So you have to make a choice. You either take the first and the second together, and then whatever you get, you're going to multiply by the third. Or maybe you're going to take the second and third together and then multiply by the first. Or the first and third. So there's a lot of options here. So I'm going to pick the easy one. I'm going to just go like this. The first 2. So 5x minus 6. Now I've got 2x. 3. Or as your friend was asking, you could put 3 at the top and 2x at the bottom. Just be consistent with what I see here. Okay, so this is a 10x squared. And what is negative 6 times 2x? Negative 6 times 2x. Negative 12, thank you. Negative 12x. And 5 times, that's 15x. And I've got myself negative 18. Okay? Again, I'm able to spot these two guys here. So I'm going to say, actually, this time I'm going to just do it from the box. Because I could combine this dude with this dude here. So 15 minus 12 is 3. And then minus 18. Anybody get a different answer here? Anybody get a different answer here? So once you see this, you're not done. Remember, you still have that third parenthesis in this case. So I've got 2x plus 3 here, which means now I'm going to go back to the more mature box. This one has 3 times 2, and that's why the box method is preferred, because it's expandable. You could have 5 times 4, 6 times 2, unlike FOIL, where you just limit it to 2 by 2, only binomial times binomial. So this is a 10x squared plus 3x minus 18. And somebody would need to help us shortly with some numbers here. 2x plus 3. Okay. Slow down a little bit. 2x plus 3. All I did is multiply the first 2. That's what we got. Got 15 minus 12, that's 3x, and then negative 18. And then multiply by this last parentheses. And then I chose to put the one at the top, that trinomial, and then also this binomial on the side here. So I need somebody to help me find out what is 18 times 2. And another person find out what is, by another person I mean all of us, try to find 18 times 3. Okay, so let's crank up the numbers here. So 2x times 10x squared. I'm going to put it on the side here. 2x times 10x squared. 2 times 10 is 20. X times x squared is how much do you think? x times x squared is how much? Multiple are writing now. Okay, that's right, x cubed. It will have to be x cubed. Okay, anyways, I just did my work on the side here. I'm gonna erase it, but I just did that here. So this is 20 x cubed, and then 2 times 3 is 6 x squared. 2 times 18. Did anybody find out that 2 times 18? 2 times 18? 36. Except it's negative 36. So 36 x's. Let's persist here. Let's persevere. I've got 10 times 3. That's 30 x squared. Do you see that? 10 times 3 is 30 x squared. And then what would be the next one? 3x times 3. 3x times 3. That's 9x. That's right. And finally, what was the 3 times? I see that, Kennedy. What was the 3 times 18? 3 times negative 18. What would that be? Negative 54. Okay. Oof. So I will definitely combine like terms with n, just to save my sanity here. So I'm going to go here and say, you know what? I think I've seen a couple of squares. So this dude here with this dude here. I've seen that, right? I've also seen some x's by themselves. So I'm going to combine these two guys here. Okay, so let's help me out here. So I've got 20x cubed, and I've got 6x squared plus 36 plus 30 x squared. How much would that be? I've got 6x squared here, plus 30x squared. And I see that, 36. Okay, good. And now I got 36 x's and that 9 x's. So negative 36 x's plus 9 x's. Basically, we're saying 36 minus 9, and then you put the negative in there. If we're multiplying, y is the 20x cubed. Oh, you're talking about this here? So 1 second, Kennedy. Somebody help me out, please. I've got 36 x's minus, negative 36 x's plus 9. Or as I said, you could say 36. Just basically, this is what you're doing here. Plus 9. How much is that? How much is this amount here? That's right, negative 27. Got negative 27x. And then finally, minus 54. Okay, Kennedy was asking, how did we end up with this cube? So let's take a look at that. She's asking about this one here. So let's do, I have multiplied 10x squared times 2x. So 10 times 2, that's 20. X squared times x is x cubed. All right. So that should be the answer for this problem here. All right, you're welcome. I'm going to move on to this last piece here. And this one is a binomial times trinomial. So let's try that here together, okay? So I have the trinomial at the top, 3m squared plus 4m's minus 2. And on this side, I got 2m minus 6. Help me with this, okay? Help me with this. What do you think I'm going to get here? I got 3m squared times 2m's. What we do with that? Come on, you guys, with the last sprint here, so keep pressing. 6m cubed is correct. And then I've got 2m times 4m's. M&M's. I don't like sweets, I like fruit. Fruit a lot. Okay, a negative 2 times 2m. That's a negative 4m's. And I've got this dude here, 6 times negative 3, that's a negative 18 m squared. 6 times, that's a negative 24 m. A negative times negative is positive, and I've got 2 times 6, that is 12. Yep. Are we doing good? Ryan and Kiera and Myra, Nicholas, Olivia, Rami. Are we doing all right here? Okay. So what do you think I'm going to combine, Kiera? What do you think I'm going to combine here? What does it look like? What's like terms I could combine? I mean, you're more than welcome to list them. Probably it's easier to deal with it within the box itself. The question is for all of us, you guys, not just for Kiera. So I've got the squares. I got this dude here. This is a square. There's another square here. See that? And I've got it also. I've got the m's by themselves. M&M. Okay. So basically, I have 6m cubed, and these two red ones, I've got 8m squared minus 18. How much is that? How much is negative 18 plus 8? That's a negative 10. Negative 10m squared. And the last one is going to be how much is negative 4 minus 24? M's. Negative 4m minus 24 m's. That's a negative 28m. And then finally we got plus 12. Plus 12. Okay. That is the beauty of this problem. Okay. I will give you an exit ticket so you could check on yourself, you quiz yourself, and I'm going to also provide you with the answer for it, obviously for you to try it, and then here's a quiz yourself problem. Write the problem down, and then in a few minutes I'm going to give you the answer for the problem. I should say a few seconds, not a few minutes. For this problem, probably you want to put yourself a good 5 minutes just to finish and clean up and check your work. So probably time yourself about 5 minutes for this dude here. I'm not going to give you 5 minutes here, but I'm just saying. When you watch this afterwards, give yourself about 5 minutes here. That should suffice. Started here. I'm not going to finish it. I'm just starting it here. 5 minutes should suffice here. Okay. Here are some answers for this. It should look like that. Your answers should look like that. All right. This should conclude our lesson today. Be blessed wherever you're at. And we'll see you next time. Make sure you subscribe, like, maybe you could send this video to somebody who might need it. Share this with somebody else. Be blessed wherever you're at. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time.